for the fire danger update today, and I was a little bit bored, and so I made that.
Thank you. It gave us all a good giggle.
I'm glad.
And don't go far, okay? Because we're going to have some fun now. Darius is going to be staying with us for this segment. Steve Jung is here too, and our story producer Caroline Chan is with us in studio. Hello to all of you.
Hello.
Everyone here.
Hello.
Everyone here.
Here.
Okay. And we also have with us Mike Whitaker. Mike is IQ 2000's trivia master. He's the man behind the questions at trivia nights around Vancouver and parts of Metro Vancouver as well. He's hosting the IQ 2000 Trivia Open tomorrow, where teams from all over are going to compete for the big championship title. Welcome, Mike.
So nice to be here. Thank you.
Great to have you here. So you host regular trivia nights. We have Darius, Caroline, Steve here. We're going to play as a team, but there will be a prize. There will be a prize. One of our On the Coast members is going to get an On the Coast baseball cap. So this is going to be their thinking cap ultimately. So over to you, Mike. The floor is yours. Let's get to the questions.
Okay. I brought a whole stack of them here. I got some different categories that I think are going to hopefully show off a little bit about what I do, and maybe some interesting categories that you might not have seen before. So why don't we start with this one? I think this one's a lot of fun. This is called Shranks Giving. This is all about things that are really teeny tiny, little microscopic, little minuscule, things like that. You're excited about that one. Okay, let's get going. Round one, question one. And this is for everybody. This is how we're doing it. What's the surname of the miniature doll, first name Polly, whose house is contained in a foldable compact?
Pocket.
I don't know. I think Caroline got that one.
Indeed. Yep.
Okay.
Are we racing? Oh, my
Right,
goodness.
so
It's
working
a
as a team. We're a
competition,
team.
Darius.
We're
Come
working as a
on.
team.
Oh,
It's a team. Well, then how can there be a winner if there's a
Whoever's
team?
We
the
can all
VIP.
share the hat.
Yeah.
We'll post a photo of all of us wearing the hat.
Okay.
After.
Polly Pocket. Out
All
of the
right.
starting gates.
Next one. I love this one. Number two. Miniature World is a tourist attraction located inside the famous Empress Hotel in what Canadian city?
Victoria.
Oh, that was a tie.
That was easy.
That was kind of a
We need
tough
some
one.
harder.
He's warming up. Keep going.
I love that place. Anytime I'm in Victoria, I always go there.
That's a good one.
Number three. A bottle labeled Drink Me causes the title character to magically shrink in what classic children's book?
Alice in Wonderland.
Ooh, we're cooking
These two
over
are going
here.
now. Steve Jung, you know you're in the game too,
Yeah, I
right?
do.
You are in the
I'm just slow on the uptake, apparently.
Okay, all right. Keep going. This is fun.
We're having a good time here. Number four. Kind of like the tiny counterpart of infinite, what math adjective refers to a quantity that is closer to zero than any number but is not zero?
You're the math
Minuscule?
guy. That's not a math component.
Quantum?
No.
No, not
Quantum,
minuscule.
a quanta?
It's you're in the right neighborhood, but it's like the tiny counterpart of infinite. Infinite is to bigness as this is to smallness.
Everyone's staring at Darius right
I know.
now.
Yeah, it's
you're
just
the
bad.
science
This is
guy.
bad for me.
You're the
Stuff.
science guy.
Yeah.
First letter.
First letter M?
First letter I.
I.
Infinitesimal.
Bingo. He's done it.
Oh, Darius.
Right.
Okay.
I was stuck on the M. I was sure it started with M. Oh, thank you.
All right. We're looking good. Number five. Oh, you're going to love this one. Number five. A Canadian public service ad of the 90s introduced viewers to a fictional mouse-sized house-dwelling species of what ordinarily very large animal?
Hippo.
Yep.
Oh, Steve gets one. Steve is on the board with one correct answer. Caroline 2, Darius 2, Steve 1. That's where we sit right now.
All right.
Gloria, you can play too.
No, I'm observing. I'm what am I doing? I'm
moderator.
I'm the moderator.
Number six. According to a figure of speech, a shy person might be referred to as a shrinking.
Violet.
Oh, another one for Darius.
I didn't know it was
Very nice.
competition when we started.
It was supposed
He
to be
knows now.
Oh, you're
Now
wrapping it up? Is that it?
Now
That's
want
why
the-
you
want
rolled
the
up your
thinking cap.
sleeves.
You want the cap.
Caroline and I are used to doing this together.
Yes,
We're usually on a team.
Exactly.
All right. Number seven. Chokan, upright, chakan, slanted, and kengai, cascade, are some common forms seen in what traditional art form that involves the creation of certain very small things?
Silence. Silence. I can see
Zen
the-
garden.
Not quite. You're in the right neighborhood, but no.
Bonsai tree.
Pow.
Oh.
Caroline, wow, you're on
Wow.
fire.
That's
You're on
it.
fire.
Just little
Caroline
teeny tiny
and
trees.
Darius are tied, so I think we're going to need a tiebreaker here, Mike.
Okay. Well, I got three more questions in the round. We could do that if we got
Yep,
time.
let's go.
Okay. Number eight. In the MCU, which Avenger was key to saving the universe in Endgame since he happened to be in the quantum realm during Thanos' snap?
Ant-Man.
I think Darius creeped in there a little ahead of.
I'm allowed to answer before the question is done.
Jeopardy rules. Finish the.
Okay. It's not Quiz Bowl rules, it's Jeopardy rules. You got to wait. All right, number 9. Oh, I love this one. The size classifications of poodles goes standard, medium, miniature, and what last category? The smallest of all.
Teacup.
No, actually.
No, teacup isn't.
Pocket poodle. Miniature poodle.
Going back to Polly Pocket.
Miniature, infinitesimal.
The very, very smallest.
That's it. They get smaller and smaller. That is a toy poodle.
Oh, yeah.
We've heard that term.
I knew it was
I
a
used
T.
to have a toy poodle long, long ago. Okay.
All right, last one. Finishing strong here. The classic example of a tiny civilization is the Lilliputians, who capture and tie down the main character in what satire by John?
Gulliver's Travels.
You got it.
We're going to need, you don't have any more, hey? We're going to
Oh,
need
I
a
got
tiebreaker.
loads
Okay,
more.
one more. We need a tiebreaker between Caroline and Darius.
Okay.
Gonna share the hat.
We can share the hat too.
One more.
I do have a tiebreaker. We can go to the random trivia round. That seems fair.
Ooh.
All right. Oh, number 2. Here we go from our no-theme random trivia. Glizzy is a 2020 slang term for what food item?
Hot dog.
Oh, Darius Madavi clinches it with the hot dog. A big
Thank
round of
you.
applause for the
Bravo.
entire team. That worked so well. Wow. Mike, how would you assess the trivia quotient in the room?
I think we've got a very strong trivia team here, and that competitiveness between the team is great because when you're working together, then everyone's pulling on the same direction. Yeah.
Darius Madavi, you get the team cap.
Thank
okay?
you.
The thinking cap. That's good.
Can I make a very short victory speech?
Yeah.
Too many trivia games have a music round. Some of us don't know any music.
I concur.
IQ 2000 should eliminate the music round and replace it with science trivia.
Mike, do you use
you.
music in your trivia questions?
I do. I have a music round every week,
Okay.
and it's not going anywhere.
I want to hear a little bit more from Mike. So thank you very much to all of you for taking part in this. This has been great fun, and I hope you had some fun playing along at home as well. But Mike, let's get to the questions. Yes, you do have some music, but there seems to be a certain, level of artistry in putting together these questions. What is your approach?
Yeah, I mean, I like to put together questions and rounds and themes that I would enjoy playing myself. I love to play trivia. It's probably my favorite. It's definitely my favorite pastime, my favorite thing to do with friends. And so when I'm trying to write, I'm thinking about what would bring me joy, what would make me happy, what's going to be interesting and fascinating for me. And usually that translates really well to my audience too.
Right. Okay. So your rounds are themed.
Yeah.
I've heard that once there was sort of a sexual innuendo theme. There was another. You had to remember answers from the first round in order to be able to answer questions from the fourth round. Where do you get inspiration for the themes?
I don't even know sometimes. It's kind of just a spark of inspiration that comes to me. I guess what it comes down to is when I think about the themes, I usually think about the theme first before I start writing the questions. And my initial questions when I'm considering themes are, is this going to be something that is really new? Like, is this something that people haven't seen before? Is there something novel and unique about it? I think about, is this something that I can write a whole bunch of questions on from a bunch of different categories? That's really important. So those are two of the major considerations that come into it. But yeah.
Well, sure, but you're getting a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds as well, different knowledge bases, of course. So how do you make sure there are questions that most people might be able to answer and that people don't get discouraged, I guess?
Part of each round is a bit of a difficulty bell curve. So basically, I'm attempting to write questions that there's a good number of ones kind of in that middle difficulty, a couple that are way easier to make sure everyone can get them, like that Polly Pocket one that we warmed up on, and then a couple ones that are real tough, like our infinitesimal question. And it's a little bit of, what would I say? There's a lot of intuition that goes into knowing how hard a question is before you even put it in front of an audience. But I've been doing this for 10 years now, and I feel like I've got a pretty good sense of that at this point.
Well, it sounds like it, but how did you even get into this? Where did this love of trivia start?
I've been playing trivia competitively since I started my undergrad at UBC. There was a trivia club which I joined, and it was love at first sight. I had so much fun in that club. Played against SFU and other universities, went down to the North American University Championships in New Orleans one year, and just was having such a great time with that. I was even president of the club for a couple of years. After graduating, then I was playing trivia with my friends at bar trivia nights. And then about, well, like I said, 10 years ago when I started the company, I was looking for a job, wasn't seeing anything out there that was really making me excited. And I thought, I love doing trivia. I love to write. I love to present. I love to be in front of an audience. I could put all that together and do my own trivia thing.
Well, and what have you seen over the 10 years that you've been involved then? As you point out, you do trivia nights at pubs. Your company, a lot of companies run trivia nights at restaurants or other locals. What's the appeal?
It's such a good time with friends. Like, bring your friends together, and it lets you flex a muscle that you can't do really in any other context of showing off your knowledge. One of my favorite rounds that I've done was called Movies as Thesis Titles. And what I would do is I would describe a movie as if it was like a university, like a PhD, a master's thesis title. And that was one of the best received rounds I've ever done. And I think that really exemplifies it, because a lot of my audience is college-educated people, and you go to school and you read a lot of titles and a lot of that very academic language. And once you graduate, you don't think you're ever going to use that again, and yet here it comes up again, and you're getting rewarded for it, and it's letting you use that kind of knowledge and that very specialized sort of language that you never thought you'd use again in a really fun way. So, yeah, it's just it's the joy of using and celebrating your knowledge and getting rewarded for it.
Well, sure. Speaking of that, you've got a big event for tomorrow night, Malone's Tap House in Vancouver. How many teams and what is the prize?
Yeah, we are up to 40 teams now, so I believe we're sold out at this point. This is our one big super quiz of the year, and our big prize is, well, actually two things. We got $1,000 for our first place team, plus we are debuting, and you're getting the exclusive here, we are debuting a brand new championship belt that I had custom made in the UK. It arrived last week, and whoever wins tomorrow is going to get to wear that belt for the very first time.
A new belt, a customized belt. You heard it here first, everyone. Listen, it sounds like you're in for a lot of fun. Thank you for bringing some of that energy to the studio with us today.
Thank you.
That's Mike Whittaker. He's the trivia master behind IQ 2000, and you can check out their Instagram account for more information. The handle is at IQ 2000. That's the numbers, IQ 2000, IQ at IQ 2000 Trivia. 25 minutes past 4 o'clock right now. Steve, don't feel bad. You got one right.
That's
you got
all I
one
was
right.
looking
You were
for,
so
honestly.
close to Toy Poodle. I knew you were close to Toy Poodle.
I think I was thinking of those teacup pigs.
Yeah, the
That's
teacup-
why I got thrown off. I knew it started with a T.